Okay, we're going to talk about multiplication, multiplying negative numbers. But first, we're going to talk about multiply positive numbers. So if I were to ask you, what is 1 times 1? 1 times positive 1. Well, that's just equal to, not 2, what am I saying? 1. Now, if I ask you, what is 1 times negative 1 times negative 1? What would you say? Well, you might be tempted to say that that's negative 1. But it is actually, it's not. It's positive 1. Now to understand why, if we were to look at a number line, and we would have 0 right here, negative 1, and 1. We know that multiplication is addition. This many times. You start at 1, you start at 0, and then you add a number another amount of times. In this case, we're adding 1 time. So we would add 1 time, and we get here. We get to 1. But in this case, we would be adding negative 1 a negative amount of times. It might be a different case if we're adding negative 1 positive 1 times, but we're adding negative 1 negative amount of times. We're not. In this case, we're adding 1 a positive amount of times. So a positive amount of times. But in this case, we're adding 1 in a negative amount of times. So it's like this. Positive 1 times positive 1 is equal to the same thing as saying 1 plus 1. This would be equal to the same thing as saying negative 1 times negative 1 is the same thing as saying, sorry, this isn't right. This is supposed to be 0 plus 1. 0, because you start at 0 plus 1. And then this would be the same thing as saying 0 minus, or 0, you say, 0 minus 1. Now, the reason it's 0 minus 1 is because of this positive right here. Since this is 1 times 1, or 1, a positive number of times, we have the positive number right here, since we're doing it a positive number of times. Since this is 1 a negative number of times, negative 1 a negative number of times, we're using the subtraction instead of the addition. We could even add another plus sign to make this more clear right here. We're using subtraction instead of addition. So then this, but we know that anything minus a negative number is just a positive, plus. You can turn this into plus, so then this becomes a plus. Now, if this was negative 1 times positive 1, then this would be 0 plus negative 1 plus negative 1, because it would be negative 1 a positive number of times. In this case, this was negative 1 a negative number of times. So we got a positive number. So in this case, it'd be like trying to go, whenever you're trying to add a negative number, you go to the left. But if you're trying to go in the negative direction of a negative number, the direction of a negative number is like, it's like going in the left. You try to go in the negative direction, which is the opposite. So you go instead to the right. That's how you could think of multiplying negative numbers. Whenever you multiply two negative numbers, you're going to go in the opposite direction of the negative sign. So instead of whenever you're trying to go to the left, you're going to go to the right, because negative numbers make you go in the opposite direction. So multiplying two negative numbers will give you a positive, because it's going to send you in the opposite direction. Multiplying two positives will give you a positive. Multiplying two negatives will give you a negative. And multiplying a negative and a positive will give you a negative. Because 0 minus 0 plus negative 1. 0 plus negative 1 is negative 1. Right? 0 minus negative 1, or it would be positive 1. Because makes you go in the negative direction, the opposite direction of a negative. Okay, stay in school.